I'm gonna bump through this. The power went out last night. It just cut back on. My air conditioner's broke. And I just got done watching the ones that I did from yesterday. And I didn't feel like making those videos when I made them. And then when I watched them, I thought they were okay. I thought they were perfectly doable, listenable, watchable, all that. My goal is one of these days I'm going to get Alzheimer's because I had 3 grandparents that died of Alzheimer's. And I can watch these videos and I can remember this music. Random CDs and random records. This I had out for a while. I was drawing a picture of. It's called La Cibe by Ciela Cruz and Senora Pancina. The first 2 songs on it are great. I'm gonna run anything that's Latin. I'm gonna run through it really quick because I can do separate videos on Latin. If anybody's gonna come here, it's probably not gonna be for the Latin stuff. It will be for the Latin stuff, and that stuff I can do separately. I did my own picture of this, and that's part of the reason why I had it out. A picture that I never finished. Probably the best way to hold it is like that. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it very good on there. I like this picture. It's one of the better ones I've done for sure. And then I never finished it and started working on other stuff. So, Dishwalla. This band has a song that was popular when I was young, and it goes, "Tell me all your thoughts on God, 'cause I'd really like to hear them." Absolutely all I remember from it. Listened to it a couple times in the car and set it aside. Actually, if the ones on top, like that one I just had, were ones I had out in the car. Kind of the stuff I listened to with my kids. This one right here is called and Dishwalla was the name of that other one. Sorry. This one is by, I tried to read this just a while ago, Electrofixation, and the name of it is Burned. Kind of tell it's got a similar cover to that other one. I bought these together. I bought like a bunch of them for 10 cents a piece, 10 for $1 or whatever I did. This is some kind of hard grunge from the 90s, and I didn't think I would like it, and I listened to it and I liked it. It had a garage feel to it, a punk feel to it. It's grunge, but it's very low, just not produced very well, and it just sounds really good. I listened to it once. Wish I had time to sit around and listen to this stuff some more, because this is good. I talked about this the other day, John Michael Jarre, because I had it on a record. This is good, just ambient, new age type deal stuff. This is a famous artist, for a new age ambience type music. This is a famous artist, and this is his most popular album. Easy to come by. It's called Equinox. John Michael Jarre. I really do like this. I really do respect it. It's something that I could listen to day and night. It's that good. I wish I had more stuff like them. He kind of reminds me of Vangelis, and I got all of Vangelis' stuff. The Greek god of synthesizer is what Vangelis is. I think I talked about this the other day. I haven't listened to this in years. This is Van Halen's second album. I think it came out in 1980. Can't read this. Can barely see in here. Trying to think of what's my favorite song on here. Man, there's a lot of good ones, in my opinion, that are, I wouldn't say really good, but they're decent. There's a picture of them on the back. The first album has a song on it called Jamie's Crying. I always get it confused with Janie's Got a Gun, but it's called Jamie's Crying. And there's another one on there called Little Dreamer. And those are my 2 favorite Van Halen songs. Never radio hits, but they were my favorite. Probably like, maybe Somebody Get Me a Doctor. I don't know. Their first 2 albums are good, but their music is heavily misogynistic. I've talked about this album a couple times. This is probably the last thing I have by Captain Beefheart. I had a couple albums by him, and I think this is the only CD I've got by him. I hope I don't come off as like the hugest Captain Beefheart fan, but this is one of the greatest albums of all time. It really is. It's progressive. It's got a lot of offbeat stuff. You got to listen to it to know what I'm talking about. He's American progressive rock. Spyro Gyro, if anybody knows what this is, it's just kind of some soft jazz stuff. It's okay. It's nice when you find this stuff on record, on vinyl. Some Kind of Cars, Greatest Hits. I got this from Next to Nothing. Yeah, I kind of like the Cars. I listened to them when I was young. Just What You Needed was a song that I kind of learned on guitar, and just things like that. My Best Friend's Girl, and it's all that kind of stuff. I think what I thought was interesting about it is that they filled up 2 discs with hits. I would think they probably only had about 1 disc, but Look at how many songs are on this. There's 20 songs on each of them. You know, it's just weird, and it's just weird that they even have that many songs. They're okay. You know, they're very poppy, but I like them. I like that sound. And when, you know, when you listen to stuff like this and has that kind of nostalgia, it means something to you. Sabotage, with a V. This is a heavy metal band. They are what turned into the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I like them a lot. I'm trying to think of what albums I really like by them. They are metal. What's the name of the type of melodic metal? And they had a bunch of albums, late 80s, early 90s, on into the 2000s, and they're good. They remind me of Halloween, but, you know, they're good. I like metal. This is if you know No Limit Records, if I find something like this, I pick it up, because actually this stuff, and for whatever reason, in this part of the country that I'm in right now, Central Arkansas, the Mideast or the Midwest, you don't run across stuff like this very much. I had this stuff when I was a kid. You know, it's the beats and the samples that they do are actually really good. They're not as good as Wu-Tang, but they're good. The lyrics are corny as hell. I mean, and when I say corny, they are like cringeworthy corny, and it's like that on every No Limit album. Master P, if you know what he is, he was the person behind all these No Limit things. It's out of New Orleans. This has got some really good stuff on it, but at the same time, the lyrics are so sexist and so just really, really corny. Really corny stuff. I showed a batch of CDs that I got from Habitat for Humanity. I paid $10 there, and I got hundreds of CDs, and this was one of them that came out with it. It's Tattoo Rodeo. Don't know what it sounds like. It's some kind of hair metal. A very unpopular hair metal from the 80s, and I got a bunch, like I showed Steel Heart yesterday and something else. I was really happy to find this. This is a 10 Years Gone, or 10 Years After. 10 Years Gone is the name of a Led Zeppelin song. This is 10 Years After. They are a hard rock band from the late 60s, early 70s live. And this is, it was better than I thought it was going to be. It's a live set. And they do some songs on here that none of them are less than 5 minutes long. Some of them are in, you know, double digits in time. This is really good. I was really happy to find this. Their stuff is kind of easy to find on vinyl. I like this a lot. I've heard it a few times. I like it a lot. You know, live stuff that's recorded well. It talks about the recording up here. They didn't do any, they just recorded it live, and that's what it was. They didn't overdub, produce any of that stuff, and it sounds so good. And I was really happy to find that. Here's some indie rock that I found as a blind buy. That's called, and that last one, I'm just going to keep going. I'm bad about not saying what they are. This is, the name of the band is PortisHead. The name of the album is Dummy. I bought it as a blind buy. I love it. It's some kind of indie rock. It's kind of emo-ish. Ooh, I love this. So, you know, when I saw it, I think I saw it at I saw it at Goodwill. And then I said, okay, I'll go to AllMusic just to see what it sounds like. Listen to it on AllMusic. You know, just listen to the sample of the songs on AllMusic. And I said, this is really interesting. I've listened to it. I wish I could say I listened to it more than 10 times. I probably listened to it about 10 times. I need to download it so I can have it to listen to my iPod. But this is something else. If you ever run into this, PortisHead Dummy, pick it up. It's great. I'm going to stop right there. I wanted to go through the albums. I'm going to stop right there.